that you gangsta, I ain't seen shit. I don't like nice girls, I want a mean bitch. Still throw it back and she cook and she clean, bitch. Hit him and I put her straight to sleep, I got lean dick. 4 Giottos on the coupe, hoes love the whip. 42 in my cup, bitch, I love the sip. I just ate a stroom out my pocket, bitch, I love the trip. Don't do GA, I'm popping, bitch, I love the VIP. Rose gold Prezi.
What's good, Samurai Gang? Hey, listen, we are back with another banger, y'all. Okay, so we got a video by 6. I know he collabs with Swag Kage and Seth and whatnot. And it's been a minute since I reacted to something like this, in a hot minute. So Hagoromo is all hype and whatnot. So listen, y'all, if you guys want more videos like this on the channel, make sure to subscribe. Like, if you're not subscribed, bro, you should subscribe. That's all I'm saying. If you haven't, you should. If you didn't, you should. Especially if you want to sit there and talk shit. You can't please everybody. Hagoromo is all hype. So we could agree that this nigga was still fodderized part 1 anybody. Part 1, part 2 anybody. Part 1 and part 2 of anybody. To be honest. The basic shit that Madara could do in part 2 of Naruto Shippuden is like this nigga was doing it centuries before this nigga Madara was even doing it. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna sit there like, and mind you, they're reincarnations of his kids. So you think you think this nigga's gonna sit here and lose to reincarnations of his kids? A better question is, why hasn't like a reincarnation of Hagoromo even happened? Like, why? Where is he at? Like, what the fuck? You got a reincarnation of Indra and Ashura, but no reincarnation of Hagoromo. That's crazy. So I'm guessing that he's still alive. Is he alive? Is he dead? He's not human. I know he's an alien. So is he dead? He's not dead. Like, his brother is old as hell on the moon still, I think. Somewhere in the moon. I'm talking too much. Let's get right to the video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe.
Hello everyone. I'm not gonna lie, I do not have a proper intro to this video because I really have no way of telling how to intro it in the first place. I'm basically just gonna be
you don't really need an intro, just, you know, feel me? I mean, does Seth have an intro? Well, actually not. Let's skip that. Does Swag Kage have an intro? I don't recall him having an intro. No, he don't have an intro, but I know Seth does, so.
talking about how I feel like Hagoromo is all hype. Not to say he would start losing to people like part 1 characters or some shit like that. Like, he's definitely still strong, but he's definitely overhyped to a large majority of people who watch Naruto. And I can see it, you know, it's due to his face value perception. He's kind of viewed in the series as a god. So I can see, you know, people thinking he's got like this god tier power.
So you're saying that he doesn't, 6? You're saying that he doesn't have that? Like, he's the reason why Chakra, well, not him, but jutsus are a thing, bro. Like, he's really the reason why. His mother created Chakra on Earth. I mean, if you want to, like, since I rewatched The Great Shinobi War, this is what I've seen. Those two, yeah, Naruto, Sasuke, those two ninjas, right, had a hard time fighting Kage. Like, that, it was not an easy fight. Like, when people talk about how Naruto could have easily beat Kage, when I read my comments in my comment section, I'm like, bro, what the? These Naruto tards are something else, bro. So when I hear them say, oh, Naruto could have easily beat Kage, oh, Sasuke could easily beat Kage, what? They had a fight already, and it got beat. They got beat up. Like, y'all did everything, and she was barely hurt. How y'all throw everything that they had at her, and she was barely hurt, bro? Barely. Like, they had a tag party. They was playing tag, and that tag was to seal her away, just like Hagoromo and his brother did. Because they knew full well they cannot beat her. They knew they can't beat her, especially by themselves. These two aren't beating no Otsutsuki's by themselves. Never. It's not possible for them. One, you got to consider the fact that they're still human. At the end of the day, they're just really, they're like above, they're way above average humans, right? So saying that Naruto and Sasuke can easily beat an Otsutsuki, it's like, No, like every time you see them fight, it's like they had to jump one to win. And there's like there's one that they didn't beat, and that's Kaguya. She's still sealed. She's not dead. She's somewhere else, losing her mind for another 100 years. And by the time she gets back out, it's gonna be a whole new world. It's gonna be like Naruto's great grandchild trying to fight her or something like that. Karuma's gone, but he's probably gonna come right back.
When it's really just not the case, I don't think he's all that strong, and I'll just start getting.
Now you gotta explain why you think he's not that strong. He's the reason why Naruto has Sage of Six Paths, because he was damn sure not gonna unlock that shit by himself. And Sasuke is another reason why Sasuke has the Rinnegan, a Tomo Rinnegan at that. He didn't give him a basic ass Rinnegan. He gave him a Rinnegan with Tomo. So you about to explain to me why you believe he's not that strong?
Into why. The first issue I have with Hagoromo's power is people saying he scales to Kaguya. Now, I don't really have an issue with saying he scales to the Kaguya he fought to some extent, because
I don't think he scales, because we read the manga and we watched the anime, and from her story, them niggas were terrified of their mom. They was not about to fight Shorty until they had to fight her, if I remember correctly.
Was able to tag her with his brother Hamura, and
Yeah, notice how they say tag. I'm gonna let you finish, but like I said before, like you had to tag her because you could not stop her. You couldn't beat her. That's not winning. Like, she's still around. She's still here. But I guess because that's his mom, and he loves his mom, so he's not gonna kill her. He's just gonna seal her away somewhere. And she did not age. That's crazy to me.
eventually, get her into the seal and seal her away. That's fine. My particular issue is with how strong exactly that Kaguya was. So if we take the anime for this arc, it's actually weirdly different than it is in the manga, and Hagoromo comes out not as strong at all. So in the anime, Hagoromo and Hamura both fight Kaguya and the Jubi at the same time, which is extremely weird. And then they don't seal the Geto statue in the moon like they do in the manga. They seal Kaguya herself, and Hagoromo never becomes the Ten-Tailed Jinchuriki. So it's a bit strange. If you go with the anime, he's like this vague level of weakened Kaguya, because Kaguya in this fight is not even using her like dimension warping abilities or anything like that. So it's like a severely weakened Kaguya fighting Hagoromo and Hamura. So
okay, so from my point of view, from actually looking at it, it's like I don't really know why. I guess like my biggest thing is that creators of the show could probably forgotten or probably left that out for a reason, and then bring it up and to make certain things look flashier than what it is. That's the only thing I can actually say that that's probably what it is. Like, they probably left that out because they wanted to use that for Naruto. Like, there's no explanations for it. Not one. So we can sit here and speculate, but at the end of the day, there's no answer for it. They probably forgot. That's the best answer I could give you.
So then that essentially just gets us nowhere. Like, they scale to this unknown Kaguya who we can't link to anyone, reasonably anyway. We just have no idea what type of feat or level of power this is at display. Then he fights the Jubi, and the battle supposedly lasts for months. And after the battle lasts for months, he doesn't even seal it inside of himself in the anime. He immediately splits it into 9 beats. But I like to go with the manga versions of events, and in the manga, Hagoromo does in fact say he sealed the Ten-Tails inside of himself, him and Hamura, after they defeated it. We will grant him that he is a Ten-Tails Jinchuriki, and he also has the signs of one, which I'll get into later in the video. The next thing I don't like is when people say that Hagoromo scales to Naruto and Sasuke, because he gave both of them half of his power, so the two of them must add up to be Hagoromo. Hagoromo does give Naruto and Sasuke some unquantifiable amount of his power. He actually never says half, he just says that he'll give both Indra and Asura power.
I mean, so it's not really his power. He just gave power from like his kids. Well, so I guess it's his power technically. Well, not really, because that's his kids. So that's his kids' power. So he probably gave them like a bit of their power, and a bit of their power gave them you know, crazy ass winks and crazy ass transformations. Like they have to like my only problem with manga and anime in general is that they don't specify how the fuck are we supposed to know what they mean when they say certain things, because it's so vague and it's irritating because people's gonna make, you know, stories or, you know, I can't remember the word. The word's not coming to my mind right now. But it's like people will sit there and make yeah, I'm gonna go with stories because that's the only word that's coming to mind. People will sit there and make up stories and say, hey, you know, well, it said that, you know, Hagoromo gave Naruto and Sasuke half of his own power, and that's why they got so strong. And then like it doesn't really specify how much he gave. He doesn't even say that he gave half. He just says, you know, I'm going to give you guys some power. How much is some power? And I feel like the authors know that, so they just keep wording things vaguely so that we, the fans, can sit there and be like, okay, hey, listen, they gave such and such this amount of power. And then you have a bunch of little kids talking about, oh, well, in the manga, it said that Hagoromo gave them all of his powers. So, yeah. What, nigga? Where did it say that at?
That being Naruto and Sasuke, obviously. So the only statement for the half power I could find is the statement from Naruto where he says, I can feel it clearly even from here, the other half of Super Grump's power. This can easily just be in reference to Sasuke's shadow seal that Hagoromo gave him.
Yeah, so those things about those seals, right? I don't feel like that's a representation of their power because it's a seal. That seal was only for to seal Kaguya away. And when they sealed her away, those seals left. So I guess like I said, like the Sage's power, I feel like that power you have to unlock in your own lifetime, and it can't really be given to you and you could keep it, right? Because I've seen so many people say, oh, well, Naruto still has Sage of Six Paths, but hasn't used not one Sage of Six Paths ability since his fight with Madara and Kaguya. Not one. You want people to sit there and say, oh, well, what about the fight with Tonori? Where was the Sage of Six Paths abilities at? You tell me, oh, he was flying around on the moon. Where? You know in space there is no gravity, right? Like, there's none at all. So where was he, quote-unquote, flying? Another example is, oh, okay, so we all seen the first part of Naruto and Sasuke fighting Ishiki in that other part of the world or dimension or pocket dimension that he had, right? So when they were falling down, so why didn't Naruto fly? Right? Like, why did he not fly instead of, you know, fall? Right? Like, why? Like, it's so many questions when I ask people this, but they just expect me to be like, oh, well, they don't have an answer for me.
Not directly half of Hagoromo's power, and I think that's far away. Another thing about this Hagoromo giving them power that I don't like is that it ignores the multiplicative amps that are applied after he gives them the power. I'll get into this a bit later with Six Path Sage mode and things like that. I have to talk about that at a later point.
I'm gonna ask you a question, Six. Do you believe that he still has Sage of Six Paths mode or any of those abilities? He retained any of those abilities when we have not seen him use none of those abilities since the war?
Naruto essentially gets power from Hagoromo, and then he multiplies that power by using his Sage mode and his Biju cloaks, things like that. So Hagoromo shouldn't directly.
So technically, the Sage of Six power doesn't really have a form because when we seen him use that power, he didn't. He was already in Sage mode. So I'm guessing that. Well, actually, hold on. Let's go back. Hold on. Right? I can't remember if his regular Sage mode has this in it. No, it don't have that in there, right? Hold on.
Like, is that it ignores the multiplicative amps that are applied after he gives them the power. I'll get into this a bit later with Six Path Sage mode and things like that. I have to talk about that at a later point. Naruto essentially gets power from Hagoromo, and then he multiplies that power by using his Sage mode.
Okay, so so his regular Sage mode, he has like the little sideways pupil thing, whatever. Okay, cool. He only gets that eye when he's in what? When he's in his cloak form, when he uses KCM2, right? So when he's in KCM2, that's when he has that cross-toed eye looking thing inside of his eye socket. Okay, cool. All right. So when he's in Sage of Six Paths mode, base Sage of Six Paths mode with no orange thing around his eyes, no orange makeup foundation around his eye, it's just okay. They gotta explain this shit better, bro. Like, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad, bro. Because it's like we just over here making up scenarios and trying to figure out certain answers for certain things. And we can't. We just gotta make shit up.
In his Pichu cloaks, things like that. So Hagoromo shouldn't directly scale to him. And Sasuke, he gives power. And Sasuke, with that power, awakens something that can make him even stronger. That being his Rinnegan. As well as he should be obtaining a bit more hatred, which should make his Sharingan stronger as well. For those people who don't know why the Sharingan getting more hatred should make you in turn stronger, there's a lot to imply this within the series, and then towards the end of the series we get straight up statements from Tobirama, who we know was looking into the secrets of the Sharingan, that hatred does indeed make you stronger. For one, we have Itachi telling Sasuke to constantly hate me until you get stronger. We have Obito after Sasuke gets in a rage against Danzo and upgrades his Susanoo, saying that Sasuke's rage has gained in power and his body was just simply adapting to it. And then we have the statements from Tobirama. When an individual rises in agony over the loss of a great love or disappointment in himself, a unique chakra gets released inside his or her brain and reacts with the optic nerves, and changes appear in that person's eyes. This phenomenon is called the Sharingan, the eyes that reflect the heart. The Sharingan taps into the power of that person's heart, rapidly increasing his or her strength along with the power of their hate. The deeper the darkness gets, the greater the ocular powers also become, until the person can no longer be stopped. So Sasuke getting a hatred should be making him a bit stronger. The next thing I feel I should bring up is Hagoromo being somewhat comparable in power to Jubi Madara, via his own admission. He tells Naruto, the current Madara is a perfect example. He's become just like Mother. Now no longer enters reincarnate. He's obtained 10 Tails power and is getting close to me, and is trying to attain even my mother Kaguya's power. This would imply that Madara and Hagoromo are around the same level of power. Now, I know the immediate issue popping into your head is that power to Jubi Madara, via his own admission. He tells Naruto, the current Madara is a perfect example. He's become just like Mother. Now no longer enters reincarnate.
Oh, so that's the Black Zetsu that's talking. So he's almost as strong as Kaguya. Okay.
He's obtained 10 Tails power and is getting close to me, and is trying to attain even my mother Kaguya.
Oh, so the Black Zetsu, before he got this form, before Madara got this form, the Black Zetsu was stronger than Madara. No longer enters reincarnate. He's obtained 10 Tails power and is getting close to me, and is trying to attain even my mother Kaguya's power. So Black Zetsu was stronger than Madara. Okay.
Kaguya's power. This would imply that Madara and Hagoromo are around the same level of power. Now, I know the immediate issue popping into your head is that, well, Hagoromo is not in his prime. He doesn't have the Jubi anymore. He's weaker in this state, so he shouldn't actually be as strong as Madara when he's in his prime. I'll offer you reasons as to why Hagoromo shouldn't be much weaker in this form, if not weaker at all, but I had to explain something in detail first, and that being...
Wait. So isn't old man Hagoromo, right? Okay, he doesn't have the Jubi anymore, right? He doesn't have them anymore, right? But he still has the Sage of Six Paths power. He still has a Rinnegan, and he still has a Rene Sharingan on his forehead. And he has that without like having any tail beast inside of him. So how is he not strong? That's weird.
And the differences between Six Paths Sage Mode and Six Paths Senjutsu. So for one, there's one common trait between all Jubi Jinchuriki, that being these symbols that appear on their back. If we look at Jubito, Jubi Madara, Hagoromo, and Naruto after he obtained all the 9 Biju, they all have...
Hey, and Hagoromo doesn't have the tail beast anymore, but he still has all his truth-seeking orbs, his staff, and those marks. So how the freak is he not, is Madara as strong as him, and he doesn't have to do much? Mind you, he doesn't have to do much. He's born this way. These niggas had to sit there and find it, like, they had to absorb a Ten Tails into them. Like, they were just passing off Ten Tails to each other. It's crazy. Except for Naruto. But he awakened it because of this man right here. That's the only way Naruto was able to unlock this power right here. Because of this man right here. No cap.
Have this same pattern on their back, symbolizing that they can use 6-path Senjutsu. Now, this is not the same thing.
Wait, so does he still have those same marks on his back? Right, hold on. So does Naruto as an adult have those marks on his back? Because I don't think I've seen them. I don't think I've seen it on his back.
Being a 6-path Sage mode. 6-path Sage mode is a mode that in Data Book 4, Naruto is the only known user of. Hagoromo did gift Naruto the form, as said in the Data Book, but he's not listed as a user of it, meaning it's possible Hagoromo can give this form out and just not use it himself. To acquire the same techniques abilities, finding Chakra is needed, or the effect would be too small to make a difference. No matter the suffering that goes against one's steel conviction, one cannot give up. So then, to achieve Samsara and Destiny's guidance, only those who carry these traits will be given power from the Sage of 6 Paths.
So you can't train to get this form. It has to be given to you. That's tough.
The first time. The technique was created in hope that people would use it to connect their life force to understand each other, and eventually that the world would attempt to change its way in the long run. This technique is not chosen by ninja to master, it's a technique that chooses ninja. Then it goes on to say that Naruto's sensory ability surpasses Madara even when Madara is the Ten Tails in Cherokee, and that his 6-path Sage mode just surpasses his Kurama mode from earlier. This form of Naruto, where he's got this cloak on his back, is not actually KCM2 plus 6-path Sage mode. This is his Jubi cloak in 6-path Sage mode. Now, Naruto doesn't have this as an adult, and he doesn't have 6-path Senjutsu, which is why he doesn't use his true secret orbs anymore.
Wait, hold on. Go back. Wait, 6, what you said? Hold on. Let's go back. What you said, 6?
This form of Naruto, where he's got this cloak on his back, is not actually KCM2 plus 6-path Sage mode. This is his Jubi cloak in 6-path Sage mode. Now, Naruto doesn't have this as an adult, and he doesn't have...
Okay, so like I've said before, right? No, he don't have this shit as an adult. I knew I wasn't bugging when I said that because it would have been the same exact thing if he was an adult. The same transformation would have been the exact same thing as an adult. So that's why he doesn't have it, bro.
6-path Senjutsu, which is why he doesn't use his true secret orbs anymore. He really just doesn't have access to them. And this isn't me going back on my last video. I still don't think Naruto and Sasuke are nerfed in terms of power, like I said. So, no.
But we could all agree that they don't have it. That's all I've been trying to say. Like, people try to shit on me and call me a hater for not believing in the fact that they have it. But if they had it, they would have used it, right? The fuck? Or at least Naruto, it makes sense for Sasuke to have his Sage of 6 Paths powers because he has a Rinnegan and he has a Tomo Rinnegan, right? He's an Uchiha. It's going to make sense for him. Naruto, on the other hand, he can't train to get that power. He has to, Hagoromo has to give it to him. You can't train. It said it in the guidebooks that you can't train or else it's going to make little difference anyway. So you can't be trained. You can't train to get that form. It has to be given to you. And Hagoromo gave it to him. And I thought it was only for that one time. That was it. Because he had not used none of those powers, those forms, those true secret. None of those powers. None of them. None of them he hasn't used as an adult. I'm not hating. I'm just saying from simple observation, anybody with eyes and who's not a tard can see that. That's not hating. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Like, this generation is too damn soft, bro. Like, y'all get butthurt over everything. Butthurt, bro.
This leads me back to my point where I say Hagoromo may not be weakened. This is actually a statement from Kishimoto in Data Book 3 in the Q&A section at the back. This question is asked about Gaara, but I'll explain how it applies to Hagoromo once I get done stating it in the specific part that's important. The question is, since the One Tail has been extracted from Gaara, is he unable to control Sand? And the answer is, once it's ingrained in you, you can't take anything away, not even sand. The point I'm trying to focus in on here is, once it's ingrained in you, you can't take anything away. This would be my point in saying.
But here's the thing, right? If it's ingrained in you, right, it can't be taken. Is that the same? Is like, does it apply? Does it? Because if that's the case, we seen Gara on a constant controlling sand. Not to the same ability that he controlled it when he had the One Tails in him, but he can still control it. My thing is this: at least if it was ingrained into Naruto, right? Like if he still had Sage of Six Paths Chakra, if he still had it as an adult, and don't use the Storms video games. That's stupid. That doesn't even make sense that you even doing that. But if it was ingrained in him and he still has it, he would have used those abilities. He would have used them. That's all I'm saying. But he hasn't. It's more like he can't do it. Because if he could do it, he would have done it. Look at the 4th Great Shinobi War. If he could do it, he would have done it. That's all I'm saying.
That Hagoromo was the 10 Tails Jinchuriki for so long that his 6 paths Jutsu simply became a part of him himself. That's why.
Oh, so basically, like, he don't really need it because it's like, it's his Sage of Six Path Chakra is just his regular chakra now. That's dope. So he's like, this is not like nothing special. Like, I'm Hagaromo, right? Hagaromo, right? That's me. Boom. And I say, hey, listen, I'm gonna give you some of my power. To you, it's Sage of Six Path power, right? To me, it's just my regular chakra. So my thing is this, right? So if that's the case, because Hagoromo was inside Naruto for so long, we might see him use. Well, no, Hagoromo already stated that he can't use superhuman strength anymore. That's not it for him. He can't heal if he gets stabbed like that. He's not gonna be able to like heal himself. But that's so weird. It's like it makes your head hurt, bro. All of this makes your head hurt because it contradicts each other, bro. And it's honestly annoying.
Why he has the symbols on his back after he's just a chakra ghost, which is fairly consistent considering he also still has his Truth Seeker orbs. And you can even use this to say that it's possible Ashura also became a 10 Tails Jinchuriki, or at least used the power of all the Biju, because when we see a panel of Ashura fighting Indra in the manga, he has Truth Seeker orbs around his avatar that he's using to battle Indra. So that's...
Alright, so basically, wait, I got a question then. So if Hagoromo is a chakra ghost and he's not really alive anymore, how the hell does he still have his truth seeking orbs? That doesn't make sense. Explain. I feel like he's alive somewhere. I feel like he is. There ain't no way you still have truth seeking orbs and you're dead.
That's why Hagoromo may not exactly be weaker later on in the story or later on in his life or life after death, if you will. But that's...
I feel like you know what? Wait. Say what you...
around his avatar that he's using to battle Indra. So that's why Hagoromo may not exactly be weaker later on in the story or later on in his life or life after death, if you will. But that's all I really have for Hagoromo's power. I kind of just want to talk about his hacks now. I will say having the Rinnegan in his creation of all things ability is extremely good for him. It's an extremely good hacks. I'll explain it for anyone who doesn't understand the ability. Daruba 4 states this ability as the secret jutsu that created all things from naught, and obviously hyperbole because he didn't create Kaguya. You know, she kind of created him. To it, it says yin release.
Kind of created him. We all know how he got created. You feel me? Yeah, we know. Your dad did something strange to your mom, and then poof, she gave birth to boys. I'm not sure if you guys were twins, but...
Which can create form out of naught, and yang release, which can instill life into that form. Deftly manipulating these two properties, the Sage of Six Paths of Sasuke Hagoromo developed the creation of all things jutsu. He likewise created the 9 bodies of the Biju from 10 Tails Chakra, making them another gift of yin and yang release. Later, the Uchiha clan would tend to inherit the power of the yin release, and the Senju clan would inherit the power of the yang release. This is also what a lot of people like to use to say Hagoromo may be able to apply the effects of Izanagi or Izanami infinitely, which I don't necessarily agree with. Not that I don't agree that Hagoromo could potentially do it, it's if he would actually do it, because those jutsu were created after his life was already over. I know he's been watching over the ninja world, but it doesn't really seem like something Hagoromo would apply in combat to him.
Okay, so remember Okay, so if you made it this far into the video, right? Remember when I said that? Oh, he has a Rene Sharingan on his forehead. No, I take that back. I don't know what this is. Whatever this is, it looks like an eye. It's probably a Rinnegan. I'm not sure what it is. It's probably an eye, but yeah. So my thing is that how is he dead, but he still has true seeking orbs and he's able to interact with the living and everybody else can see him? Or it's just Naruto and Sasuke that can see him? No, Kakashi was able to see him in the anime. So what the fuck?
So it seems, I guess you can say, out of style for him. So that's my issue with it. Although him being able to use it seems perfectly valid to me.
I mean, why wouldn't he be able to use it? Like, it don't matter if it was made. My only thing is this, right? Because they're just pieces of chakra of him and his mother and brother, right? Like, I feel like he could probably spam it way to a extreme level, because it's like he doesn't need to do crazy ass hand size or wait to do certain chakras. I said wait to do certain chakras. He doesn't have to use hand signs and all this extra shit to like do certain jutsus. He could just disable anything he wants to. He could just do it. Like he can, bro. So it's like, for example, when his brother used Chidori, it wasn't called Chidori, but he just had he had lightning in his hand, and he just, you know, in their backstory. So it's like, they don't really need to do some of the stuff that the ninjas needed to do, you know? So even if they had like an advanced form of, they had Izanagi, right? I feel like he could be able to do it without any trouble, without any backdraw from it at all. He could just do it if he felt like it. But it's like, why would he need to? So I do agree with that. I do agree with you on that, because it's like, wow, okay, I could do it and I could probably spam the hell out of it because, you know, I'm the father of all chakra and shit. But why would I need to? It wouldn't make sense for me to. So my thing is this. He already knows about Madara. He knows his weaknesses. He knows his strengths. So it's like, to sit there and say that, oh, Madara is stronger than him, it's like, it's weird. I don't think he would. I don't think he would, because he knows everything about that person already.
We also get a glimpse at the creation of all things through Naruto as well, where it stated that having gained the power of Hagoromo, Naruto was able to perfectly demonstrate the power of Yin and Yang release, and he created Kakashi's new eye. And that's all I really have to say about Hagoromo. Obviously, Hagoromo is still like somewhat of a top tier in Shippuden. He's not losing to someone like Hashirama or something like that. I just felt like when I saw people saying Hagoromo would beat Ishiki from Boruto, or Hagoromo would beat up Momoshiki, it was a bit weird. Hagoromo is also stated in his ghost form to just simply be like a massive chakra, so Momoshiki and Ishiki could possibly just absorb him and just end it that way. But if you like the video, make sure to comment, subscribe. If you disagree,
I disagree with that part, because Naruto has crazy ass chakra reserves, right? And Momoshiki could not absorb all of it. And if Hagoromo has way more chakra reserves and he's just a massive piece of chakra, I don't think Momoshiki is gonna sit there and absorb all of him. I don't think he could, to be honest. Even though he's half Otsutsuki and half human, right? I feel like I'm giving him too much praise, but like from what I've seen, it's like you couldn't do it to Naruto, and he's just pieces of Kaguya's chakra, right? He's just pieces. He's like small pieces of Kaguya's chakra. Hagoromo is literally half of his mom. Half of his mom. Half of him and his brother are half of their mom. They're halves of his mom, and they still couldn't beat her. Right? They had to seal her away. Like, it's just something to think about. I'm not saying that I'm right, but it's just, you gotta think about those things too when considering certain points.
agree with me, definitely tell me. If you feel I missed anything, definitely tell me. And if you like this sort of video and you want me to take a look at other characters who are possibly all hype, just let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to, if people like this enough, I'll put more effort into the next few videos and actually script.
I'll fuck with you. I'll actually tune into more of your videos. No cap. Anyway, y'all, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe. Smash that like button for your boy. Yeah, y'all.